I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits, Reach Personal Success on a Daily Basis. And the purpose of this podcast is to talk to you about personal development and how to invest in yourself. The best way to do that is to have the right mindset. Now, today's presentation is about relationships. And if you have a healthy relationship at home, it affects whether or not you're capable of reaching and having personal success in other areas of your life. Therefore, today's presentation is 5 bad dating habits that you need to detox from this year. Dating can be a rich, exciting experience for many people. Trying to find that special someone throughout the dating process can take time, effort, and plenty of insight. After all, you want to be sure that you're looking for the red flags as you get out there and date. As with any area of life, it's easy to pick up some bad dating habits. Dating is no exception. There are plenty of tips and tricks for dating out there. Hopefully, you've put some time into learning how to date and what to look for and what to shy away from. Do you think you've picked up some bad habits and some bad dating tips? Well, here are some attitudes or behaviors that many people would call bad dating habits. Have a look to see if you fall into any of these categories. If so, it's a great time to do some reprogramming and drop them for good. So, the 5 dating habits that you need to detox from are the eager beaver. While it's true that many people like to be pursued, they probably want the pursuit to be consistent and steady rather than fast and furious. If you act like an eager beaver, going a mile a minute in pursuit of that interest, it might just send you running. For example, let's say that you think that the particular person is the one that you want. You shift right into high gear and rev up your engine to the max. You're off and in a hurry. The thing with this type of speed is that many people can sniff out this eager beaver or desperate behavior, and it tends to freak them out. They may feel that change, that clinginess, ultra neediness, and pull away. While you may like the person, check yourself on your pace pursuing them. If you've had a history of coming on too strong, take a step back and evaluate the situation. Slow down. Allow the dating process to progress incrementally at a pace both you and how you feel comfortable with. Sure, you can show interest and get the momentum going. Just do it consciously, at a steady pace, letting life pass you by. This is a dating habit for you if you've been simple or single for a while and have been so preoccupied with dating that you've lost some of yourself in the dating process. You scour the internet every day for potential mates. You chat, email, and video message. You may go on multiple dates per week or month. While all this is fine and dandy, you may be letting your individual life fly by without realizing it. Have you been so focused on getting a partner that you've lost sight of you, for, forgotten about having fun solo and with friends or family? Quit doing things you used to love doing, such as hobbies, attending events, anything else that's possible. Yes, get out there and date, but don't lose sight of yourself along the journey. Now, there's some more going on here, but what I would also like to talk about is that in the past, it was so important for some women to have boyfriends that so many of them ended up in relationships that were bad relationships. And what did their daughters learn? That kind of relationship that their parents were in, they consider that a healthy relationship, and they end up in a similar type of relationship. But I think based on how we've advanced and understand the difference in behaviors and what's a healthy relationship and what's a very negative relationship. That's one of the reasons why you've seen such a high divorce rate in this current generation, because they're beginning to recognize what bad relationships are. And what we're talking about here are the different types of relationships so that you can develop some healthy relationships in your lifetime. So the same old routine, nothing changes if nothing changes. I've always loved this saying because it's just so true. If you've been following the same dating habits month after month or year after year and getting the same undesired results, perhaps it's time to do something different. If you desire to find that special someone this year, you may have to change things up some in order to break up that stale, same old energy. What's happening is, in this case, if you end up in a relationship where you get so comfortable with each other that you forget to keep the romance alive, what happens? Well, then you get bored with each other, and then the relationship seems to fall apart, or that's when you start seeing couples having external relationships outside of the marriage or the end of the marriage because they more or less seem to find someone else that they're happier with. But the problem is they're also ending up in a similar type of relationship than they current have. And if someone is the type of person that he can be married to one person and going out and having affairs on them, then that's not a healthy relationship. If you desire to find that special someone this year, you may have to change things up some in order to break up that stale, same old energy. Just going to work every day might not be enough to find you that special person. Visiting the same restaurant each week where you know everyone by name might not land you that date either. If you're falling into the same old dating routine, try changing it up. Only been trying to meet people online, get involved in some community activities. Only been doing to work and grocery store, try online dating. Or rather, let's say this again. Only been going to work in the grocery store, try online dating. The thing is, before you really get to know someone online, make sure you investigate them because you don't know what things they're hiding. That's why I would shy away from getting to know people online. And I've had people on Facebook want to befriend me, and then the next thing I know, they're trying to find out everything about my life because they're only looking for someone online. And for me, that's a red flag because I until you get to know someone, until you get to spend time with them, it's very hard to build a relationship with someone that you meet online. Now, I'm not saying that you can't find someone. I'm just saying you have to be very careful because you don't know what people are on there trying to find someone. And then how many times have you heard of them meeting dates where they're going to meet and then more or less someone has gone missing? So you have to be very careful of who you meet online today. Do whatever you can to meet new faces. There are plenty of ways to meet new people. Make a list today and how you're going to make some changes in your life to see some new potentials. Ignoring red flags. Ignoring red flags is a bad dating habit. Many people can look back at old relationships and see just how many red flags they failed to identify. Or if they did see them, they were secretly thinking, oh, I can change them. But ignoring red flags can cause a lot of problems and pain down the road. So, what are some red flags to look out for? Disrespect, belittling, addiction to alcohol or drugs, lying, crossing boundaries, vastly different values. They just got out of a relationship too soon. You are the rebound. They roll their eyes at you. Yes, it's a real red flag. Every failed relationship they had was their ex's fault. They take no responsibility. They call you names or make fun of you. They have very little work ethic. They're mean to their mom or dad or others. Envision or invasion of your privacy, including social media, phone, or computer. And remember this,